pick up our third subject in technology. And this is brilliant. I love technology. I also find it quite challenging, quite scary because it moves so quick. But the challenges and the opportunities in technology are huge. So if you think 16 years ago, Apple launched the iPhone, the very first iPhone. And since then, our world has become app-based and app-run. So 16 years might seem like a long time to some of you in the room, but actually, it's transformed the way that we work. And one of the scariest stats I've ever heard is computing power doubles every 12 to 18 months, which, if you think about it, in 10 years' time means that computing power is going to be 1 million times stronger than it is today. And in 30 years' time, 1 billion times stronger than it is today. They're quite scary stats, but it's something that we need to embrace and get on top of and work towards going forward. So if I reflect on my own journey at the Port of Tyne with technology, I started in 2019. So I've been at the port nearly 5 years, and I can remember in that first year, anybody who's been to the port, we straddle the river. We have offices in the north and offices in the south. And some of our colleagues were traveling from the north side to the south side and spending 45 minutes in the process. So I challenged the team to get video conferencing, something that was really quick and easy to do. And I'm not going to look at certain individuals in the team because some of the team thought that was quite a challenge. And then COVID happened, and we managed to take that step in 1 hour with Zoom. Now, interestingly as well, the power of technology in business, Zoom, I think it's listed on the NASDAQ, I think. But their shares went from $80 to nearly $600 in a couple of weeks because of COVID. Because it's so quick and easy and accessible. But unless you're actually faced with those challenges, you never really see the benefit of some of the technology that's around. And that's what we're all about. So that was one of our first challenges. Then there was automation. In fact, the innovation hub at the Port of Tyne was born out of an automation project that we were looking at with Nissan. And since then, we've been running automation trials around the port, and actually the UK has been doing the same. Then the next big scary thing for us was AI. And actually, this was only something that we were thinking about 8 months ago. Now we're trialing AI in our own colleague app. So all of this stuff is really scary when we first think about it, but actually it's easy to adopt into your business. And there's so many other technologies that we've looked into and we're trialing, and we're really intentionally ambitious in that regard. And so what's our next challenge? There's probably a whole host of things, but the one thing I'm thinking about at the moment is the metaverse. So everybody's seen the big goggles and all the big plans from Google. So how will the metaverse affect the Port of Tyne, the ports industry, and maritime? And how will it affect the government and the way that we interact with each other? How will it affect skills? How do we then bridge the gap between those kids who are going to be tomorrow's employees and get underprivileged kids involved in the metaverse? Because that stuff isn't cheap. So there's a whole host of opportunities and challenges here that are right in front of us. So for me, the two words that we use at the Port of Tyne is intentionally ambitious. But what I've soon become to realize is today's ambition is tomorrow's reality. And it's happening really, really quick. And what we call transformation today will be normality in a few years' time. We're going to have to reinvent ourselves and reinvent ourselves and reinvent ourselves. So today is going to be really, really interesting. It's an exciting world out there. There's some really exciting challenges. It's a complex environment. The maritime industry is complex, but it's no more complex than any other environment. But we've got all of these opportunities around us, and all it takes is for us to be open-minded and adopt some of these challenges going forward. So it's great to be here. I'm really looking forward to the day. I've seen the agenda. We've got a really exciting agenda for you, so fill your boots. So if I can hand on to Joe.